Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Wow, there's a lot of you tonight. I can feel the enthusiasm. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Yes, thanks. Yeah. We have so much great new stuff to show you. I can hardly wait. But before I show you all the cool new stuff we have been building, I would like to take you through the past couple of months. As you know, bunq always works on improving the user experience on a continuous basis. Every now and then, this means that we need to take a bold decision. And some weeks ago, we took one of those, a really bold decision, and decided to completely and radically simplify card limits. As it turns out, afterwards, this was the most effective improvement yet. We have a chart to show you what that looks like. There's a chart of the number of questions on cards. And I guess if you study it really, really closely, you can guess when we introduce the new card limits. And of course, it's right there. Yes, it's there. It's not there. The number of questions dropped over 50% in just 2 days. And this has been the most effective improvement ever. And so ever since then, all bunq users, both new and old, can use the cards in the easiest possible way yet. So I hope everybody will be really excited about that, just like I was excited about the other highlight I would like to take you through, which is the bunq Hackathon. As you might know, I'm a coder by trade and by heart. I started coding when I was 9. I was super excited when we announced that we would host the very, very first bunq Hackathon. It turned out to be an amazing weekend. A lot of people showed up, way more than we anticipated. So this resulted in over 100 people showing up, countless great ideas, and of course, one winner. And the weekend and the whole vibe was so amazing that tonight I would like to share that with you. We made a small video that tries to capture that amazing feeling. Let's have a look.
We participated because we really like bunq, and one of our teammates is a member of the first hour. So we wanted to see how far we could get with our low coding platform in one weekend and see what we could achieve.
Great success!
Thank you. It really was a great success because so many people showed up and we really enjoyed it. And so we are seriously considering holding and hosting another bunq Hackathon. If you like that idea, if you're up for it and you would like to join in, there we go. Yeah. Please show your support by going to Together, and we'll be sure to set one up for you. Now on to all the cool new stuff we have been building, because boy, do we have a lot of great new stuff for you. We have been noticing that bunq is increasingly popular amongst business users, and so we figured we start with those first. As a fellow entrepreneur, I appreciate how valuable your important time is. There is no greater feeling than the growth of your company. And as your company flourishes and grows, there comes this moment in time that you want to add a fellow director with full access. Yes, I see some nodding there. Yes, a fellow director to your bank account. Now, speaking from personal experience, I can tell you that this is a very tedious process with traditional banks because it usually boils down to calling your account manager, making an appointment, driving all the way up to the bank branch, getting the person you want to give access to along, filling in paperwork, waiting for the postal mail to arrive, hoping that the banking clerk didn't make a mistake, which happens in about 40% of the time. I don't know why, but this has been my experience so far. And this all wastes a lot of your time. And so we figured we could do a whole lot better at bunq. And I think we just did, and I'm really excited to show you how. Let me grab my phone. Let me tap on a beautiful bunq logo. Here we are. All you need to do, yeah, business is going well. Yes, yes. In fact, it's going so well, it's time to add an extra director with full access to the account. So all you need to do is tap on the profile picture in the top right corner. There we are. Then on Security and Settings, Company Directors. Now, if you look at the screen now, I'm the only director of this bank account. So let's add a new one. Tap on Add a Director. And there we have him, ladies and gentlemen, the youngest banking director in the Netherlands, Mr. Judy Timussen. Yes. So let's add Judy. Tap on Judy. Confirm that you really want to add him. Yes, I do, Judy. There we go. A little bit of extra security by verifying your identity with our biometric security. Yep. And that's it. Judy just got an invite. The second he accepts this invite, he has full access to this bank account the same way I do. Isn't this great? Thank you. This will save you so much time. We had to do this recently, and just a couple of months ago, and it took us 4 weeks to get this settled. So I guess this beats it by 4 weeks minus 3 seconds. Yes. And so we continued our journey on finding time savers for you, my fellow entrepreneurs, and we came out on executing payment files. Every now and then, you need to execute a payment file. Perhaps because your administrative software spits out one, perhaps because your colleague sends you one, or perhaps because your accountant sent you a file that you need to execute. To do this with a traditional bank, you need a lot of hardware. Having a mobile phone is not enough. So let me put this away. Whoops, let's not drop it. Yep. Okay. That's away. Okay, so to do this with a traditional bank, you're going to need some extra hardware. So please bring in the desktop. Of course, my trusty sidekick, Parello. Welcome. Okay, let's boot up the desktop. Yes. Yes. Even this is younger. Yes. Even this is younger than most banks, so you know, it says something, I guess. Please open the browser and go to the banking environment. Yep. There we go. Yes. Yes. Log in using the PIN code and the codes. There we go, nice and full screen. Okay, I happen to be a customer of this particular bank, and I can tell you that for some inexplainable reason, they try to play hide and seek with this functionality. They have moved it around at least 3 times the last 2 years. So we're going to do a little bit of Sherlock Holmes to find where you can execute a payment file. So I guess we will go to self-service. Yep, there we are. Yeah, they decided to call it Arrange SEPA Batch Payments, I guess, which is a totally good way to describe execute payment files. Wow, and now the environment switches to something totally different. Great, tap on the import file, I guess. Now you can see a Dutch button on the bottom because we can't go fully English. Click on File. Use salaries. Yep. Click on the import file again. Yes, and there it is. But you're not done yet. Now, click on the file again. Yep. There we are. Accept the file. Accept it. Yep. And now it has disappeared. Okay. Back to the... Okay, let's scroll up. I guess it's up there in the task list. Click on it. And we change it. And for the people who are paying attention, the task list counter magically increased from 2 to 3. Nobody knows why. OK. Click on send. Ah, of course. Yeah. Do you have one with you? Me neither. Well, I guess you all get the point. This is all very tedious and very complicated. And so we really improved this tonight. I'm going to show you how this works with bunq. Let me grab my phone, because that's all you'll ever need. There we are. As it turns out, my accountant, Arjen, who is in the room here tonight, I think, right? Yeah, there you go. Thanks for helping me out, because Arjen conveniently sent me an email with a payments file. All you need to do to execute a payment file is tap on the mail you got. So there's Arjen. Arjen, I love your memes, man. They're so funny. OK, yeah. So all you need to do is tap on the payment file, tap on the beautiful bunq logo. It's processing it. Tap on send payments, and you're done. Isn't this great? We don't need the desktop anymore. Take it away. Take it away. We don't need the desktop. Thank you, Parello, for helping out. And so we continued our journey on time savers, and we found this little bit of technology in the 1980s. It's invented in the Netherlands. It's a yellow piece of paper, and it's called an accept giro. It's basically a file with some pre-filled forms that you have to enter. I happen to have one with me right here, for the people who haven't seen them. So the way you pay these nowadays, I don't know how they survived all these decades, but they're still here and still in wide use. So the way you pay these is by entering the amount, the name, the IBAN, and this 16-digit payment reference. Now, if you're anything like me, you'll probably make a typo along the way. So you need to double check and sometimes triple check to make sure everything is right. Tonight, we're going to make that process a lot simpler with bunq, because we just made it simpler. So let me show you how it works. All you need to do is have to accept giro in one hand, tap on scan in the other, take a picture. I hope my hand is steady enough. It won't work if it's blurry. Looks good. There we go. It's doing its magic. Yep. Tap on pay, and you're done. Now, for the really exciting thing, I can almost hear some of you think, if we can do it with this piece of paper, can we do it with a real invoice too? Well, I guess the answer to that is yes. We have been working so hard on making sure you will never have to enter manually invoice details again. It will scan it for you using all the latest technologies, all the cool stuff, AI, machine learning, you name it, we use it. So you don't have to enter invoices manually again. I have an invoice with me. Let me grab it. Invoice, bunq. There we go. Tap on scan. Tap on invoice. Make sure the image isn't blurry because it has to be readable. Looks good. Exciting. There it is. Pay and done. Isn't this freaking awesome? This will save you so much time. And I remember in the early days when I had to do the administration myself, this was the worst possible job to do. So I hope my fellow entrepreneurs will enjoy this feature and all the other time-saving features we are introducing. They will be available directly after this bunq update for all our bunq Premium and all our bunq business users. Start using them and start saving time every time. Thank you. Now on with all the cool stuff we have been building for our premium users. As we all know, saving money is a sensible thing to do. But saving money with a traditional savings account is kind of ineffective and not fun, because you have this indiscriminate account, you deposit some money in there, you take some out, nothing really happens, you never really reach a goal, you never really know where you're up to, and it's just sitting there. It has actually been scientifically proven that the traditional way of saving is ineffective, and so at bunq we came up with a really simple idea to make this way more effective and way more fun. We figure if you know what you are saving for, and if you're saving towards a specific goal, this will make it a lot better, easier, and more fun. So we came up with this glorious name. We call it savings goals, and I'm going to show you how they work. Let me switch to my premium account. Now, as you can see, I have 2 savings goals set up. One for Oktoberfest. For the people who know me, you know how much I love Oktoberfest. I can recommend it to everyone. It's just great to be there. You make a lot of new friends. It's a unique experience. So if you haven't been, go there. And I have a savings goal for Brazilian Carnival. A friend of mine told me this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. So I added the savings goal, and I'm saving up for it. Now, as you can see, I've been a good boy because I am halfway for one and 30% for the other. And tonight, I'm going to deposit an extra 200 euros for my Oktoberfest goal. This is very easy to do. You tap on Pay. You select the amount you want. So let's go for 200. Choose recipient. Choose Oktoberfest. Send the payment. And I'm at 83% now. Yes. Now, we all know what happens when you're saving money. There comes this temptation. You're in a weekend, you're having fun. You figure, hey, I can skim a little bit off the top. I can take out 20 euros. Nobody will notice. I'll make up for it next week. I mean, we've all been there. And so we try to build up some virtual barriers that prevent you from doing that. First of all, when you tap on a savings goal, you can only tap on withdraw all. So it's all or nothing. You can't kid yourself. You can't kid yourself. Yeah. And if you decide to do so, the app tries to persuade you from not doing so. You're almost there. Do you really want to withdraw all the money? And of course, any sensible person would tap on keep on saving and just keep saving. So we try to make savings more effective and more fun and more easy by having you save money without even having to think about it. And so we figured that if every payment you do gets rounded up to the next nearest euro and the difference is saved automatically, this will help you out a lot. And so we called it autosave, and I'm going to show you how that works. For the people in the front rows, you might have noticed this is a rather old iPhone. Right? Yeah. And I've seen one of those new iPhone 10s. They're like absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to make a new savings goal to get one of those. Yeah? So you tap on add a savings goal, and then, of course, select savings goal. There we go. I'm going to personalize it just for the fun of it. They really do look beautiful. Use photo. Done. Name iPhone 10s. Next. These babies are a little bit expensive. Yes, 1,199 euros. That boils down to a full 12 years of bunq premium, by the way. Right there, just saying. So tap on confirm, and your savings goal is being created. And now you can enable autosave if you so want to. And I am going to enable autosave to show you how it works. That's it, done. You just created a savings goal. Now, to show you how this might work in real life, I'm going to do a little bit of shopping. Although you wouldn't think of it today, winter really is coming. And so, yes. And so I'm going to shop for a new scarf. And I'm going to do that with the Italian version of AliExpress, of course, Presto Parello's web shop. Yes, there we are. He's back. He's back. OK, 19 euros and 20 cents. That sounds reasonable. Can you click on Pay with bunq? Yep. Let me scan that QR code and pay for it. Are we there? Yeah. accept this payment. And I just saved 80 cents. Isn't this cool? Oh, and there we have him. Why, thank you. Thank you. That's why we call him Presto Parallel, because he's that fast. Yeah. And he thinks ahead too, because he brought an extra pair of gloves. Good thinking. Yeah, I'll go for these. They're €9, I see. Let me grab my beautiful bunq card. There we go. Can you boot up the terminal? 9. Okay. There we go. Processing. Saved up another euro. Isn't this great? Thank you, Parello. The new savings goals with autosave will be available directly after this update. Update your apps, start using them, and start saving in a super sensible, effective, and fun way. Thank you. And when you do, you just might end up at Brazilian Carnival and enjoy yourself. And have a caipirinha, or maybe 2 or 3, or in my case, maybe even 4. Have a nice dinner, meet some new people, have a great night out, go to bed completely satisfied, wake up, and then it hits you. Then it hits you. Something is off. So you grab your banking statement, you look at it, and these feelings hit you that something is not adding up. And you're right, because something isn't adding up. As it turns out, every card payment you do that requires foreign exchange, that is, every card payment you do outside of the Eurozone, you get an extra charge of up to 3% from your traditional bank. That's 3%. We figure for a typical Brazilian holiday, this amounts to €58.90. That's €58.90 that you cannot spend on caipirinhas, that you cannot spend on having a good time, because it's all going to your traditional bank. We think this is ridiculous. We call ourselves the Bank of the Free. We think you should be free to spend your money wherever you want, do card payments wherever you want, without having to worry about additional penalty charges. And so tonight, we are introducing bunq 0FX. And you will never have to worry about paying additional charges ever again. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you've enjoyed all the new features. I hope my fellow entrepreneurs will start saving time. I hope people will start saving in a more sensible and more easy and fun way. And I hope the next time you go on a holiday, you will just be able to enjoy it a little bit more because of bunq 0FX. So thank you very much. But before we say our goodbyes, there's this one final feature I would love to show you. And it comes with a bit of a background. It comes with a bit of context. Several weeks ago, I was in a very fortunate position to share the stage with a very, very special person. Not just because he's been the President of the United States, but also because, in my opinion, he has been the best President of the United States so far. I'm, of course, talking about Mr. Barack Obama, and tonight I would like to celebrate his successes by buying him a beer. Now, unfortunately, he couldn't make it here tonight, for obvious reasons, I guess. So him being all the way over there and me being here, I'm going to send him $5 so he can buy a beer on me. Now, as we all know, up until now, this would have been impossible with bunq because we could only do euro payments. But tonight, that's going to change, because as of tonight, thanks to a very special partnership, we can do international payments. Because bunq, wait for it, because bunq and TransferWise are joining forces. That means you can do international payments outside of the Eurozone in a super fast and super easy way. And thanks to the partnership with TransferWise, it's up to 8 times cheaper than any traditional bank. Let me show you how it works. I'm going to grab my phone. All you need to do to send an international payment is tap on Pay. There we go. Then tap on the currency symbol, select US dollar, enter the amount you want, that's 5. This is the real-time exchange rate, by the way. We have been doing some practice runs, and I can tell you the dollar is at a pretty good moment to buy. It's pretty cheap. Okay, tap on Next. Select your recipient, in this case, Mr. President. Send the payment. And you're done. You just did an international payment. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Upgrade your bunq to the latest version. Start using all the premium and business features. Share your excitement with your friends. Get them to use bunq too and enjoy everything together. Thank you so much. Good night. Thank you.